Leadership absolutely is not about a position, it's not about a title, as many people might think, right? Leadership is about your impact, your actions, and how you are able to influence others. It doesn't matter your position, it doesn't matter where you are as a career professional. You could be in the entry level position, or you could be an intern, or you could be the newest member on your team. It doesn't really matter. You can absolutely lead from anywhere, from any position that you are, without even having the title. And this is what this video is all about. This video is all about helping you learn how you can lead without a position, without a title, from anywhere you are in your organization. I am Chamaka Mbebu, the 360 degrees teacher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please, before I proceed, like, share, tag people that need to absolutely watch this particular video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can get you more valuable tips that will help you grow in your career as a career professional. So let's delve right into it. What are the things that you absolutely require as a career professional so that you can grow your leadership skills, so that you can be able to lead from anywhere you are in your career? The first thing first, I wrote them down here, is leaders start with taking initiative. This is absolutely true. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you what to do. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you how to do things. You need to start by being observant in your organization, in your industry. Look around you, look for problems, and then try as much as possible to find out how you can solve these problems. This is what leaders do. They take initiative, right? If you identify a problem, a challenge in your organization, and you grow to becoming a solution to that, or even looking for ways to solve that problem, people will eventually come to look at you as someone to be trusted, as someone who solves a problem. And of course, leaders are problem solvers. For example, you can imagine, maybe it could be as little as when you work in a team, you realize that there is something that your team members absolutely require, a resource that they need, and you go ahead of yourself to get that resource, available to your team members in the next meeting. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely admirable, right? And the second thing that leaders do is that leaders lead through action, not just words. I know you must have heard this thing about this saying that action speaks louder than words. This is absolutely true. So as a leader, instead of just talking, you do. You show others how things are done by absolutely doing the thing. For instance, maybe you want to teach your team members how to communicate. You don't tell them, communicate well, speak like this. You do that by modeling how to communicate. This is what leaders do. So you lead by example. So once you start to do the do, you teach people how to be punctual by being punctual in a meeting. You teach people how to talk to one another, or how to tolerate other members of your team by absolutely being tolerant yourself. This is what great leaders do. And once you start to do this, you are building your leadership potentials, and people are absolutely watching you as you do these things. The next thing that leaders absolutely do is that they cultivate a mindset of service. This is true because leaders are great servants, right? Leadership basically means service to people. You are basically serving people in any capacity. So people are absolutely watching you. I know something here, that this means that you are not just focused on your own success, but on how you can help others to succeed too. When you serve others, people understand that it's not just about you. You are absolutely there to help them, right? So I want you to ask yourself, how can I support my team? How can I make things easier for my boss? When you serve others, you build trust, you build loyalty. And once people actually start to trust you, believe me, this is really the foundation of great leadership. Now, the fourth thing is that leaders communicate clearly and confidently. Yes, you see, that confidently part is really important. Now, clear communication is absolutely one of the underrated skills of leaders, right? So before you talk to someone, try as much as possible to think of the words you're going to be talking about, the things, how you're going to be communicating with your team members, with your colleagues, with your boss, before you hit the send button on that email. Think clearly. Is my message clear? Does it convey the right tone? If you really can communicate your ideas effectively, clearly, and confidently, people will naturally start to look to you for advice. They'll start to gravitate towards you, and this is absolutely who a leader is, right? And the fifth thing I want you to think about as a great quality of leaders is that leaders embrace accountability. Leaders do not pass blame. They do not blame other people, right? So maybe you are in a team and something goes wrong in the team. Instead of playing the blame game, I did my own part, Richard did not do his own part. Instead of doing that, he can just own up and just say, oh, I apologize for this. It is absolutely a fault of mine. I could have absolutely, whilst I'd done my own job, I could have absolutely gone through this, blah, blah, blah. However, in the next 2 hours, I assure you that this will be rectified. That is it. So be accountable. Do not play the blame game. When people see that you do this, they will start to look at you. Who is this person? Who is this person that is willing to take the fall for the group and do something to remedy that? Believe me, it works. And the next one is that leaders build relationship and influence others. What is a leader without influence, right? So basically, leadership is all about influence, and influence absolutely comes from building strong relationship with other people. So I want you to invest time in getting to know people, get to know the people you're working with, your colleagues, your team members, your boss, right? When you get to know them, it will help you to know how to relate with them, especially professionally. And when you build this strong relationship with them, from that you can then influence them positively, of course. And once you have that influence, they tend to turn to you for advice. They tend to turn to you for solutions, and this is absolutely who a leader is, even without your position or a title. And the last thing I want to talk about is that leaders develop a growth mindset. Now, a growth mindset is a mindset that is attuned or committed to learning. So as someone who is a leader, or who has someone, if you with influence, you need to keep on learning. So for instance, let's assume that in your team or in your organization, there is a skill that is required to move your organization from point A to point B, or your team from point A to point B. You can take it upon yourself to go learn that skill, master the skill, and come back and teach other members of your team or your colleagues that particular skill that will absolutely help them to maximize the opportunities in your organization. And this would absolutely move your organization from point A to point B. And of course, you are the one that has championed this. This is absolutely you leading. Now, one of the things I want to say before I end this video is that once you do these things, automatically, most often than not, people tend to notice you. People tend to come to look at you for advice. People tend to nominate you to lead small groups. And with this, of course, comes the title, the position, HOD, or whatever. And once you have that title, you can easily maximize and even lead more. So you need to start to do these things before the title comes, so you can absolutely lead from anywhere in your organization, even without a position or the title. But the truth is that once you do these things, the position, the title would eventually come. Remember to like, to subscribe, to share, to comment, and to tell me how more I can serve you. I'm committed to bringing you more value, especially if you are a career professional. My name is Chiamaka Mbiebu, the 360 Degrees teacher. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.